Hey, what's up? It's another episode of Watch You Strappin. These are not watch reviews. This is a quick wristwatch check with a particular watch and strap combination pairing. And you can also consider these, I consider these basically extended reviews. If I haven't done one yet, which I actually haven't on this yet. But you could probably still consider this an extended review once the review is out. You can add this to it as basically supplemental review or information for a particular watch. And today this is the Sinn 155S Bright Star. This is a reissue of a classic pilot chronograph or Bundeswehr style of watch. The military, at least the German Luftwaffe used to use. Pretty sure some other, military, air forces have probably used this as well. But that's the main one that comes to mind that I'm, that's mostly known for, more famously known for. And yeah, really like the style. Something about this since I saw the Heuer Bundeswehr, or the previously, I think it was started off with if I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Leonidas. And then it was Heuer, and then Sinn was servicing these watches, and then they eventually, I guess, got the right to actually produce their own as well. So I like that continuation of the lineage of producing this style of military pilot chronograph. And this one is a limited edition of 300 in collaboration with Revolution watches, or Revolution and the Rake, the magazine. There's this kind of subtle black star, kind of tone-on-tone star that's on the dial here that actually glows, which is different from the previous one. This is their second one of these that they've done. The previous one was called the Dark Star. There's a couple of number of details that are different, but it did have like a kind of subtle star here like this, but then it didn't glow. Now it does, but very, very subtly though. It's just enough to get, catch it early on if it's been fully charged, but then it fairly quickly dissipates, which is fine because the main thing you want to see anyways, and less distraction, is the nice Arabic numerals, and they go really nicely, and of course the handset to tell the time. And this is on if I'm pronouncing this correctly because of that little phonetic symbol over the E, I believe it's pronounced Hēmsut. At least that's what I'm calling it. If it's something else, let me know, but I'm pretty sure that's what it should be pronounced as. If you have that kind of line over an E, it's a long E sound. And this is the third one of these that I bought. I actually bought 3 of them basically at the same time. Once I saw the style, and there was something that I mentioned early on. You see a couple of videos back when I actually first, kind of presented these after I just got them in. And as I did the black one, and I have an olive green one, and this is the gray version. And they come in 2 sizes, a large and a medium, I think, and this is the larger one. As I mentioned in the previous video, I wanted to go with the large because though the medium does fit up to like a 7.2 or something like that wrist, I think, somewhere around there. That's at the minimal, because that's at the maximum of length. So then all this Velcro or hook and loop system that you see here that's strapped up to this point would go down lower, because it doesn't need to be that long at the maximum length. It's going to be shorter. So then you have all this black Velcro, or the hook part, hook and loop. No, I guess it would be the loop, the softer part, all showing. And I didn't like that. And as I mentioned in some of the previous videos, I just think, I just like the look of this part of the strap with the tag here, and this finish. Get this more of this gray coming up to meet this end, this right here. This is just about as far as I should take it, because anywhere past that, the hook part of it will not have anything to grab onto, right? And it's going to just kind of hang itself like on the upside. So that's one thing. And also, besides seeing more of this material, I just wanted to cover up that black part. It doesn't look particularly good, I think, to see the loop part, as well as I imagine usually that kind of stuff could be a dust and or lint magnet of some sort, as well as overuse, and maybe just simply being exposed and brushed up against any surfaces, even like a long sleeve or inside a jacket, may tend to get a bit fuzzy and I guess throw out. I guess if that's a term for something like that, and that won't look as good. So this will just keep it nice and clean, and it just looks better, and that's why I went with the large. That fits up to, I think, an 8, maybe even a 9-inch wrist. So yeah, well, just imagine it can pull it back as far down, a lot more, but then of course you're going to expose more of the Velcro. But that's what you got with Velcro straps. That's some of the limitations of how you can style it. Some parts will be the hook and loop part will be more exposed, and some of it won't be, depending on your wrist size, right, and the length that you get. That's the trick. But if you're okay with that, then that's the way it goes. Anyways, I just thought this was a really cool colorway. This is actually originally what I was thinking about when I was trying to get a strap for this watch. This is a bit of a strap monster, but I needed to make sure that, one, it had matching black, like a DLC or PVD coating of some sort, just to match the case, and this does, and it only comes in that. I don't think there's a version with like regular stainless steel, and that was a plus. I didn't but the main thing I was looking for was something that looked very, as I mentioned before, also in another video, previous video, that something more strappy, something along the lines of like a NATO strap, and almost like a bun strap. Just it looks very secure, it looks very toolish, and even military-like. Something I can imagine they secure their watch over a flight suit in a modern day sense. Not talking about World War II type. That would be a totally different look, and you would probably stick with leather. Well, maybe some sort of canvas or fabric strap potentially. But I was thinking, something definitely. I didn't want to go with another bun strap. This already comes with a nice black one. A brown one would actually work too, but the black one that it comes with is fine, and I don't need another bun strap. And it does add thickness, but I'm okay with that. I mean, I know that's the way a bun strap will fit and look for the most part. But I like that kind of look of that strap on strap, basically kind of look, or that part that insert or whatever that goes between your wrist that's supposed to protect your wrist from like the heat or maybe extreme cold when the cockpit inside of a airplane can get, especially those, I think, like fighter jets, or at least in the previous some earlier gens, are not really fully pressurized, and I don't know, it can basically, that's why they used them back in the past, so that you wouldn't get like freeze or burn, or perhaps if it gets that hot, I would imagine more so coldness. If it freezes, it can stick to your skin, and then you'd have to peel it off, and that would not be comfortable. But nowadays, I don't think it's as much of an issue. But anyways, I like that look. I also like a NATO, but I have plenty of NATOs. I also have plenty of like MN style, Marine Nationale style, like primarily from Erica's Originals, but I have some other off brands as well. I just wanted something different and look kind of cool, and through some I forgot some odd keywords searches, I eventually came across some pictures, and I found something that looked like this, and I investigated, and that's how I found it. And I was like, they make a couple of versions of this. I think originally these were meant for mostly the smartwatch applications of some sort, but these use regular spring bars, so and this is 20 millimeters, so it could basically fit any watch as well. It's not just for the techie smart watches, but I think this looks really good on here. This kind of fits the bill. It's got that strappy look. It's sort of NATO-ish, but not. And it's sort of bun style like, because it has this extra layer that's underneath that strap. Or actually, that strap, that part of the strap is actually like out here. It wrapped around and comes out here, but it looks like an extra layer like you might have like on a bun strap. But the great thing about this is, you can see closely, is that it actually doesn't flow underneath the watch. So although it's not very thick anyways, it doesn't even add any extra layer between the watch and the wrist. So it keeps it nice and slim. I'm trying to back up here and show it to you. In contrast to my pants, you might see it better because my watch is black and the background is black. It might be harder to tell, but yeah, you can see. And my wrist is about 7 inches, so this is what would fit, I would say, near perfectly for that. Maybe if it was slightly larger, 7.25, you could come close to it, or maybe right around here. Yeah. And so if you're thinking about something like this and you like the idea of why I tried to get this look and the size of it, to try to cover as much of that loop part of the hook and loop system, this is the size you want to get. Of course, if you have a much smaller wrist, then you go for the medium size, which fits like a 6 or so, or is it 5 or 6 or something? I don't know. It's a smaller size. If you're curious, I can send you a link. There's no affiliate link. I don't make any money off of this. None of my videos really do, for the most part. I don't get anything from any watch companies. I'm small time. I'm just an enthusiast, and I like to just share what I like. My interests are, I don't really necessarily go for the newest and greatest things, although I have been known to show those sometimes here and there. But I do look to the past, and sometimes there's things that are not necessarily the newest things too, and whatever catches my interest and I think will fit nicely in my collection, and I like to enjoy that. That's what I do. So yeah, I think this looks really cool, and I think I was saving this for last because I feel like this gray, this is what I was looking for originally, something in a grayish tone, and then I saw that they had black, and okay, definitely black will work, so I got that. And then the olive green color, military color, can't go wrong with those two colors as well. And this gray, of course, very neutral, but also stealthy, but not like overly stealthy like the black version. And they all have they have a black tag basically, but then the color of the text and logo and stuff on them have a different accent color. The green one had a red. No, I had a green one. Sorry, like a different kind of green color, which I think they should have gone with an orange. I usually see like an olive drab or olive green paired with orange color. That actually looks very good. But anyway, it is what that is, and it still looks good with the green accent. And then the black has the red, and this is actually the most subtle with gray. So it's kind of a gray on gray. There we go. And these things are pretty comfortable, I have to admit. And they look pretty well made and durable. Because of the thickness of the end part here, it's kind of hidden. But trust me, if you get this, you'll see it's pretty thick. So if your lug spacing in here is a little bit tight, it might be a difficulty, but fitting it in. But it looks fairly well built. It's got nice stitching at the end here, and again, enough material around this. It has quick release spring bars, by the way. But because of that thickness, the spring bars are the little lever, the little thing that you would grab to pull the spring end tips in, so they could fit the strap in, and then you release it, and it'll find its way into the lug holes. That part of it, the little lever handle, whatever, is because of the material. It's kind of a little bit tricky to get your fingers into and grab a hold of. And so I found that actually either you got to push the material around so that it sticks out enough so you can get your fingernail to pull it down, or I just usually use like a watch tool, like the little spring bar tool, the pointed end, and just kind of use that as a little, or even a toothpick, something that you can just kind of use to get in there a little bit and give you some purchase or leverage to pull that handle down, and just enough to get the little tips down, so you can just push the strap into place and then just release. And you find, just carefully move it around till that end kind of just drops into the lug hole, and that's it. That's the only trick to it. It's not that hard, and probably more difficult and tricky sounding than it actually is. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know that that's probably the only thing that about it. But releasing it's sort of a little easier. Well, actually, no, it could be tricky too. You still have to push a little bit of the material around, because it's kind of inset into that little tiny slot hole that lever is poking out of, or barely poking out of. But other than that, it's easy. You don't have to really use tools. At least the tools that you'll use on it, you're not actually to put on the strap. You don't actually use it on the watch necessarily itself, like near the lug holes or the lugs, right? You don't risk scratching it. You actually use it on the strap, so that won't be an issue. And plus, this has, at least for my watch, it has drill through lug holes as well, so I could also push straps out, but then I won't need to, since it does have quick release spring bars. Anyways, as you can see, I have the chronograph running, and going on 20 minutes, and I guess I should move my ass because I have other things to do today on this Sunday. So hope you enjoyed this. Again, probably longer than it should be, but that's how my videos are. If you don't like them, you can always skip it. I'm not offended. Just go ahead, fast forward, browse through it, get to some parts that you think might be more interesting. But I have whatever's on my mind. I talk about stuff, and that's how it goes. And yep, thanks for watching, and enjoy your watches. I'm still enjoying this, and I think I will, because this is one of the rare true keepers, I believe, in my collection. And I will do a state of the watch collection not too long from now. I've really done some big changes, and I think I want to share my thoughts on why I'm at where I'm at with my watch collection, and maybe may share some insight. And I hope most of my videos at least share some bit of insight or information and experience about particular watches, and maybe some accessories and stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you